came to present to you today about Missouri as a whole, from the University of Missouri to Ferguson, Missouri, and Mike Brown. Because when we considered doing one of the other routes, like we can't do one without the other, because all this stuff relates to each other in one way or another. So we have our blog here.
Sure.
We also made a PowerPoint presentation that's on our blog, and we also going to present the PowerPoint to you today in class, so you get an understanding of how all of these events like correlate. Okay. Okay. So first of all, we're going to start with Ferguson, pretty much. Okay. First of all, Missouri was basically built on a slave foundation, so it entered the United States based on slavery. So all this racial tension has basically pretty much started from that. Because some slaves, once they were emancipated from the proclamation, whatever, Abraham Lincoln, your history, some of them still stayed in those areas, and they was terrorized by the Ku Klux Klan and all of those other groups that didn't want black people to have legislation.
Don't worry about the sound, just go ahead.
You kind of want you to hear.
Got love. I have love.
Oh, she's so sweet.
What
is that?
All right, go ahead.
All right, keep on, keep it going.
You ready for next topic? Next topic?
Okay, so we have Ferguson. We all know how to Ferguson. If you don't know how to Ferguson, an unarmed black man was shot down by the police and he wasn't indicted. Well, after that report came along, they had did a federal investigation into the police department, and it was about like systematic racism. So with systematic racism, that raises questions like how long has it been going on, who's being judged for this stuff, and who's being basically being targeted the most.
Ferguson and Mike Brown. Ferguson police officer Darren Wilson shot and killed teenager Michael Brown on Saturday, August 9th. Ferguson is a majority black city with an overwhelming white police force and city government. Police and eyewitness gave contradictory accounts of the shooting. The police have refused to release the autopsy report or any information about their investigations of what happened during the shooting. Protests began immediately after Brown's death and continued throughout the week. The protests were met with an aggressive police response. The police released information suggesting Brown had stolen from the convenience store, but that wasn't the reason Wilson stopped him.
Okay, I got something to add to that. So I want to add to that as I read the article, it stated that him and his friend were what they call jaywalking, and the officer told them to get on the sidewalk. So they did, and then the officer apparently said that he heard Mike Brown say something. So he backed his car up and kind of hit him with the door. And that's when they got into the physical altercation, and he shot Brown. Brown fell on the ground. The story later said that the medical examiner did state that Michael had been shot all in the front of him, and that he did end up getting shot in the head, which is what ultimately killed him.
Okay, so basically the DOJ report, after they did their investigation, they found out that they were getting charged, blacks were getting targeted for jaywalk, like you said, 93% of them were basically just crossing the street or something, and they just were arrested for that. And while white people, on the other hand, they were just oh, they're just crossing the street, so just let them go. We have a video right here. The computer wouldn't let us do it.
That's okay.
So that's on our blog. If you follow our blog, you can also see this PowerPoint as well. And also, Ferguson and the University of Missouri are only 2 hours apart, as they said previously. And within that distance, 43 colleges within that distance. So those people are also affected by that as well. It wasn't just the major universities. Those students also, those transfer schools, some of those people are from that area as well. So you have to think about family, little brother, little sister, and all that while those protests and everything was going on. That's what all the incidents that happened that led to the president stepping down, the chancellor stepping down. That's the video. That's a video of basically explaining what was happening at the university. That's basically the story of what's happening in Missouri as a whole. Okay, those are our objectives, whatever. Systematic racism, get you to understand where we're coming from. Next slide, please. And that's the rest of those questions that was. So that's how it relates to everyone with HBCU, and it affects all of us because it affects our education and our people, man.
Very good.
Okay.